Good morning, guys. This video is optional. This is really me painting the back. I'm going to start speaking louder. So sorry if I'm mumbling, but I am doing the skin tone for the back of the baby. You guys watch me do, I think that was 10. No, that was 10. I actually looked at the video, watched the video, and found out that when I uploaded this video, it uploaded where you couldn't see the full length. So I re-uploaded that video. So if you want to watch it and see the entire baby, please go to 10B, 10B, because 10 is the front, the original. I'm not gonna take it down because some of you guys made some good comments and I want others to be able to see those comments, etc. All right, we're gonna go real fast, so this is not gonna take very long. As you can see, the paint again is very transparent. See how transparent that paint is when I'm placing it on there? Lesson learned, hard way for me, is thinking, oh my gosh, I'm trying to get my color, I don't see anything, so I have to put a lot of pigmentation in the color, or I have to make it very thick. Please don't do that, right? For a lot of reasons. One's, like we said, we are not making another skin layer, we're doing a skin tone, so we're just putting a color in the skin by pouncing it lightly and building it up, because we know that when we matte the baby, if I love this color, this one thin color, but if I were to matte it like that, you wouldn't see it. So I have to put a couple of layers, which I'm gonna do like the front 2 layers, then I'll do the light, the mustard on top of it, and then I'm going to use a different paint for my final layer. So that will be in video step 12. It will say final skin tone. Okay. Let me pounce real quick, because as you can see, this little thing here will leave little lines, so you don't want that to happen. So I can't find my wonderful sponge I had yesterday, but that's okay. I'll use the new one. And remember, we're gonna do 2 thin layers on this video before we let her dry all the way, and then we will do the mustard, and then I'll come back. I'm not going to do all that on here. You guys saw how you do the mustard. You saw the color. You saw the results of the mustard. So I'll actually trying to make sure I get the seam correct. I had to look at the other arm to make sure what side I painted. So I painted the back of the hand, and so this time, or the front of the hand, this time I'm painting the back of the hand. And learning my lesson from my mottling, I'm trying to make sure that my seams are good. So pouncing those seams and getting an even color front and back, back and side. So remember, we still have to do one more. What else is it, guys? wanted to tell you. There's always things I want to tell you, and I always speak in a low voice because I'm thinking in my head, kind of like when I'm not video and I'm talking to myself. So I'm sorry for mumbling. I'm gonna get better, but hopefully, maybe I can find out how to put on closed captioning. That would be awesome, right? Did I want to tell you about this painting? I can't remember. Pain point areas, shoulder. Make sure you got the neck all the way down. Make sure your baby is completely dry before flipping over. I let her dry for, I guess, 12 hours. That's the last time I painted. And one thing I am going to say is that you guys know I went halfway, very close to the back when I painted the front. So I'm trying not to go too far up because that'll make that line even darker. So I don't want to do that. Same thing with the legs. I painted quite a bit of the leg when I was doing the front. So I'm only going to do the areas that I didn't touch, which is the small area, so I can keep my seams together and my baby's complexion even. Remember to make sure your baby is stretched out so the seams do not, you know, by nature they want to curl up because it's a baby and they like to curl up. But stretch those bad boys back out. Yeah, this won't take very long because it's not a lot to paint, which is awesome for us. Oh, one thing. Remember in the beginning I said I was only going to paint one side? The reason why I'm flipping the baby is because of this wonderful method. I'm telling you, watching other people paint, sometimes, especially for us beginners, right? We're learning so many different techniques. And if you try them out and they work, then it's like, whoa, I added that to my arsenal. So I'm going to tell you which one I added. Saran wrap, doggy pad turned upside down, gloves on, hand sanitizer. I'm trying to keep stuff that's lint-free on my body so I don't get extra particles on there. When you use an extra slack baby, they pick up everything. And when I tell you, this baby has an even complexion and minimal of those little silicone pits or whatever you want to call them. Just minimal. It's beautiful. I love it. So thank you, whoever you were, who showed me about the saran wrap. Beautiful. Wonderful. All right. Let's get this arm. I'm going to stretch it out. Not stretch, but you know, stretch where I can get the creases and see where I stop painting so I can get an even tone. I'm starting to mumble again. I'm the mumbler. They're going to be like, Vicky the mumbler. Oh, talking about painting. A friend of mine who I learned quite a bit from watching her paint and her results, which I am nowhere near as good as she, but I'm feeling like I'm doing way better. Um, she put all of her mixed paint recently after I did mine. She was like, you know, she's getting ready to paint some twins, and she wanted her twins to have the same complexion. So she was like, you know what, I'm gonna put my paint in a container too and pre-mix it. She didn't use the jars. She used squeeze bottles. I think I might have one to show you an example that may work better for you. I love the jars, but the squeeze containers, you can't get as much, so you'll be, I almost said you'll have to remake it more often, but honestly, truly, you may not, because you'll have more control over putting an excessive amount of paint in that squeeze bottle. Let me see if I can show you guys a squeeze bottle. She got it from Temu. They are, I think, the little travel case size clear squeeze containers. I don't have one over here that I can show you. Sorry, thought I did. They're clear. I think like 4 to 6, maybe even more. Could be 3, I'm not sure. But they come in packs, and you can get as many packs as you need. They're probably very, very cheap. But look for lotion, plastic squeeze containers, or travel containers, and the ones that you sit on top of the top, so it'll be upside down. She used that. She said she mixed her paint, her pre-mix, in these little containers here, and used 2 of them, and she put it in her. She used B as well, and she used A as well, sorry, and then she transferred, after she mixed it, she did it twice, and transferred it into the little lotion container. And then she have them sitting kind of in a little bucket like type thing, upside down, with part A and then the color of paint, very similar to what I have. I didn't have to put part A. I needed to put part A since I have like a forgetful nature, but because I have my part B sitting here in a container, I can always look and see which one I mix my paint with, so I don't second guess myself. So that's an idea for you guys. I am here to share. Nobody's ever going to say, well, you know what, Vicki, you hoarded information. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. If I can learn something and share something that's going to help someone, listen, maybe that'll help me get in to heaven. God be like, you know what, boo? We really like the fact that you did not hoard. I'm not a hoarder. That's just not who I am, not just with painting, but as a person. So, side note about me, I own my own IT business, IT consulting business, and I had to learn my trade like most people by, joining a firm and going to school. I'm on my second coat now, guys. Going to school and working on various projects. And I remember that there were mentors that we were able to use that could help us in our profession. And without those mentors, can you imagine where you would be? So we're supposed to throw a rope over. We're supposed to help people. I don't know where that comes in at, where people are so afraid that, oh, this person is going to be better than me. Hey, do you, boo. Do the best you can. Be happy with what you can. You'll never be able to stop competition. I don't think McDonald's was worried about Burger King. And I don't think Burger King was worried about McDonald's. They did what they did, right? And they did it their way. And then they let you decide. Today you might want Burger King, tomorrow you might want McDonald's, right? So, hey, in and out. Did not worry about McDonald's. I love In and Out. Love it. I'm from LA, by way of Compton. I'm from LA County, so Compton City. And love In and Out burgers. If you guys are from Texas or the West Coast, I know you know what I mean. Those burgers are the best. But my point being is that I've never been, I didn't have a sister. It was just me and two brothers. And so I wasn't taught by nature to share, right? Didn't have anyone really to share with. My brothers didn't want to share with dolls. They didn't want to play with me. But my innate nature is to share, is to help. Because even as the only daughter, right, I needed help. I looked for help. My brothers helped me. We helped one another. We had chores to do. We had things to learn, you know, in my entire life. You know, my dad and my mom helped us. They helped us grow. Sat down, and I remember all of us, which were 2 years apart, sat down and learned how to read and our ABCs all together. You know, and then if I got stuck on something, my brothers helped me. So helped me to try to remember how to spell something. And we did the same thing with my youngest brother. We helped him. I see my grandkids do the same thing. They help their youngest sister by sharing, pretending like they're teachers. It's actually reconfirming what they know. So we're almost reconfirming what we know by helping one another. So we should do more of that. And I was actually saying to Pepper, it would be so nice. She sent me a comment telling me, speak up, boo. So she's not the only one that did that. So I'm speaking up. I'm trying to speak up. But I said that to say that I was telling her it would be so nice if we could, us newbies, learners, and maybe an advanced person could join in a forum and just help one another. You know, at the end of the day, as an artist, we're going to interpret our painting differently. Doesn't mean that our skills have to be, you know, superior over one another. It's going to still, even if we had the same skill level, we're still going to paint that baby different because we're individual artists. When we see this canvas, we see it totally different because we are totally different. So there is no need to hoard or to be afraid to share. And my other thing is, why criticize someone that's not painting as well as you? Like, for instance, a lot of people can see issues with mine. But why criticize me if you're not going to try to help me? Why put me down? That doesn't make you better. It makes you worse because at least if you could see something that I'm not doing and then you offer to help me, that would be awesome, right? Because you're saying, hey, I see you're trying, and I think if you do this, it'll be better, right? So I went through a lot of dolls, and I do this for peace of mind, guys. I got a lot of stuff going on in my life. I just lost my dad. This is part of my self-care. I could care less if I sell them, give them away. It doesn't matter for me, right? Today, not saying tomorrow, but today, I'm not in a financial situation where every doll I make, I have to sell. So God bless me that way right now. Hopefully, you know, it'll continue that way. So if nothing else, if I have to keep these and collect these or give these to people and make them happy, then that's what I'll do. But I do want to sell them. I want to make some money. I want to actually not, I'm going to tell you the God honest truth. I want to sell them. I don't care if I make a profit or not. But what I do want to do is I want to make someone happy. I want to have that. I want to leave something that I know that somebody else has and they love it. And it helped them, soothed them, whatever it was, fulfilled something, gave them something to love. If I could do that, man, that's it. That's all I need. So when I have sold dolls and, you know, the feedback is like, wow, thank you, I get more joy from that than anything. The money can't give me that. Because if I had to, I can go back to when I was 16 and go work at Denny's as a waitress and make some money if that's all I'm, you know, worried about. I honestly love doing it. I don't want to feel pressure behind it because then that's going to take away my joy from doing it. This is only me speaking for me. And, ooh, I'm doing good. Even though I'm going to leave a little paint, I'm doing way better than what I did yesterday. I threw away a container full. I had to pat that real quick because I saw where I went directly over a painted area already. Oh, okay. So anyway, enough about that. So I'm going to move on. I just saw the mustard tray underneath this brown tray. I kept it for a reason. I wanted to show you guys how much paint I wasted yesterday. And I want to use it as a reference point when I get ready to paint the back. Not to pull out too much paint. I think what happens for me is that when I go through Paint B, when I go to Cycle Paint B and I put it in my container, I think holistically I'm looking at the amount then. I should be looking at it as a half an amount because as soon as I double that, now I've made way too much. I'm gonna get myself together. I don't want the squeeze jars. I might need the squeeze jars. I learned under Rebecca and she uses a toothpick. Can you imagine how many toothpicks you would have to fill up the way I'm doing it? So I caution you guys 1,000 times, please, please be careful on dispensing out your paint. Stuff is expensive. And it kills me to see me throw away paint. I'm gonna lie. So I have completed 2 transparent coats on this baby, and I can still see some light colors, so I'm gonna just go back over them a little bit. And I don't know why I did 2 on the front. Oh, you know, it could be, maybe somebody knows. Tell me why, because I don't know. I'm guessing. This is going to be a guess of why that now the head looks pretty good, but right here on the underarm seems like, let me hurry up and pounce. Could it be my pouncer? Could it be the pouncer, guys? No, I don't know what it is. So I'm gonna leave you guys the arena to send me what you think it is so I can do better, because it seems like my baby's back is gonna need a third coat. But what I am gonna do is let this dry a little bit, and I will figure out what is needed after it's dried, and we'll do it off camera. It's the same color. It's the same color. All right, question. Do you think it's because I painted the back and it's laying on the saran? I don't think so, because it's not really the booty, or it's just right here. Just because it was laying on this paper towel? Because right here is perfect. It's just right here. It's a little bit here. Darn it. You guys, help the sister out. All right. Look, we have a little birthmark all by itself. I'm going to leave it. I don't know what it is. But I'm loving her so far. I don't care if she was jacked up. I'm going to still love her. But I wouldn't give her to anybody. I wouldn't sell her. I have to take it over there to the retirement home and give it to those people. Not retirement, but convalescent. To the older people. That's what I do with some of my dolls, that I'm just like, you know what, this doll is not sellable, but it might comfort someone. I drop it off over there. With COVID, you couldn't go. You can leave it with the nurse. Now I can go over there. I'm gonna fan this real quick because I'm gonna do another coat. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use another sponge. I'm gonna try anything. Now you can go and meet the person that you're donating it to and see them. So I have my grandkids, my granddaughters. They actually, we wrap them up and receiving blankets with pajamas on and hats and little bottles and pacifiers. And we go over to the center and we give them to the ladies, and they cry. A lot of people don't realize that those people over there with no family, for whatever reason, could have been that family members preceded them, or maybe they had lost, maybe they lost a baby, or maybe they just have Alzheimer's. And I hate when people call it Alzheimer's, because that's not proper. Alzheimer's. And reverted back to when they had a baby. Maybe they never was able to have a baby. I don't know, but it's so much need, right? I may start going to some psych wards too. But right now my focus has been the elderly, because they're forgotten and I'm close. I'm gonna need one of you youngins to remember me and bring me a baby. Promise me. Look me up. I'm already 61. So I'm gonna say in 20, 25 years from now, find me. Make sure I'm good to go. And if you have someone that you would like for me to donate to, please let me know. because I think I do have a baby that I would not mind donating. Guys, I'm gonna leave this because it is what it is, right? And it could just be my lighting. So I'm not gonna keep on messing with my dog. That's the devil. Everything is the devil, right? That poor devil. He get blamed for everything. He is a he should, but yeah, everything is the devil for me. That's the devil. Devil. I'm gonna blame myself. I'm just gonna blame him. He destroyed so much stuff. But that's how much extra that I use. So I'm gonna hold it because my next step is to, let me speak louder, I'm going low, is to paint a yellow, very light yellow over the baby. That's gonna make some of these light spots that I have even lighter. But I do have a darker shade that's gonna come over all of this. And after that, it has more black in it than this coat. So it should go to a more ashier tone than a golden tone. Remember, when you do your mustard, be very careful. Yellow is tricky. It's mustard, so don't have it yellow. Yellow is tricky, guys. This is yellow. Be very careful. You can even go darker mustard if you need to. So that's really yellow and brown. So I can't mix it this time, but next time I'm going to mix my container and make my mustard a little more brown. I actually was looking at my friend's Essentians color, and she showed me her mustard. Now her camera is jacked up like my camera. You guys, I have to tell you that if I take this down, I don't know really what color you're getting by the light, but my camera, it's an iPhone. It has some kind of auto fix on it. I can't turn it off, so it changes. It tries to change the color. I've tried lighting, so I'm gonna, while this baby is here, I'm gonna cut this light on so you see it without this light. You see it just with that light. Don't know how that's affecting you. You guys can tell me, is that more realistic? Then I'm gonna cut this one on. What do you guys think? Or I can cut it off, or cut it off. Please let me know so that when I paint the next, which is gonna be in about 3 or 4 hours, well, in about an hour, I'm gonna do my yellow mustard, and then I'm gonna let all of it cure totally for like 3 or 4 hours, and then I'll flip my baby over towards the end of the day, and I will put, I'm trying to think if I should flip or should I do here's another question. Should I flip the baby over to do the final coat on the front first, or because I have it on its tummy now, should I do the back first? Let me know what you guys think. What should I do? What would you do? After we get our final coat on, we still have creasing, blushing, 3D. What else do we have? We have some detailing that we're going to do with the creasing, 3D, eyebrows, nails, tips, all that stuff is in there. Yeah, so we're close to finishing. So final skin tone, blush, crease. When we crease, we do a lot of detailing. When we blush, we do a lot of detailing. 3D is quick. It's just making some things pop. Eyebrows, you can do them now or later, but I might just put a shadow where I want it. And nail beds. Yeah, your nail beds. Let me see what you're looking at. Yep, need to do a nail bed. Okay, that's it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.